Professor Rad here, and in today's video, we're going to be discussing order relations. So let's start out with a definition. So it says an order relation is a way of comparing two numbers. And in this sense, we're going to have three different order relations. So this is covered in note 13. So the three order relations we're going to use in our class is less than, which looks like this symbol, greater than, which looks like the less than, just pointing the other way, and the equals to sign. So if two numbers represent the same amount, so 2.5 and 2.50 represent the same amount, we'll put an equal sign between them. But if one is bigger than the other, we'll use either the less than or the greater than symbol. So one way to remember which symbol to use when is that the less than symbol kind of looks like a squished L, right? So if I took the side of the L and I squished it in, I would have an L over here. The greater than symbol is not an L, okay? So it's going the wrong direction, whereas this one is going the correct direction for an L. When we go to use these order relations, you can think of a very hungry face, which is what I've got here. Oh, sorry about that. But I've got a very hungry face, and the hungry face likes to eat the larger number. So for example, this would be a less than sign because I would have a smaller number here and a larger number here. So the hungry face is going to be eating the larger number. Similarly, if it was facing the other way, then this would be a greater than sign because it would be eating the first number, meaning the first number is greater than or larger than the second number. So let's go ahead and look at this in an example. I'll just scroll through. I'll bring my friend with me in case we find him to be helpful. So for this example, we're going to insert either the less than symbol. Remember, it looks kind of like a squished L, the greater than symbol, or the equal sign to make a true statement. And we have several situations here. So for this first one, we're going to be comparing the numbers 3 and 8. So I like to think which of these two numbers is bigger. So 8 is bigger than 3, which means for my hungry face, they want to be eating the 8. So right now it's facing the wrong way, right? It's a hungry face. It wants to eat the bigger number. So when I think about where my face is going to go, it's going to be eating, oh my goodness, I don't know why it's working this way. Let's just move him off to the side then, if it'll let us. There we go. So he's going to be facing the other direction. Sorry about that, everyone. So that means I'm going to be putting in this symbol because the mouth is nom nom nom, it's going to be eating the 8. So 3 is less than 8. When I'm comparing these two numbers, now it's a little bit trickier because these are some longer numbers. So I have to use my strategies we've been building in the previous videos of comparing numbers. So they both have a 2 in the thousands place. So let's go ahead and check the hundreds place out. We have a 0 and then a 0. In the tens place, this one has an 8, while this one has a 0. So since 8 is a little bit bigger than 0, we're going to have a greater than sign here. This first number is a little bit larger than the second one. Now, if that was kind of hard for you to see, I'm going to do some scrap work over here on the side, and I'm going to list these vertically because I find it a little bit easier to compare numbers when they're written vertically. And I can see they both have the same digit in the thousands and in the hundreds place, but here in the tens is where they differ. So this one has an 8 in the tens, so that's going to make this one a little bit bigger. When I compare these next two numbers, it's sneaky. Do you see what's sneaky about it? So this first one has a whole number part of 10, while the second number only has a whole number part of 1. So this is why when we're comparing decimals, it's important to compare the whole number portion first. 10 is bigger than 1 is, and so this is going to be a greater than sign because the whole number part is 10, while this whole number part is only 1. Now, when I look at these two, I can see that I typed this one wrong. It should be like that. Sorry about that, folks. So here I'm comparing 16.05 with 16.050. So I'm going to write these out vertically as well, making sure to line up my place values. Now, there are a couple of different ways that I can go about comparing these two. But one thing I'm noticing is that the second number has an unnecessary 0 at the end. So remember, when there's a 0 all the way at the end after a decimal point, then it is unnecessary. So I can rewrite this second one without using that 0. And when I rewrite it that way, we can see these two numbers are exactly the same thing. So for part D, these two numbers are equal. And then for part E, I'm going to write these out as well. So we have 0.4, then we have 0.4 with a line over the 4. So I'm just going to do a little bit of quick coding here to get this to work. There we go. Now, when I'm comparing a repeating decimal to a terminating decimal, it's going to be helpful for me to write the repeating decimal with the ellipsis instead of the bar. So the 4 with the line over it, or the 4 with the bar over it, means 4 repeating forever. So I can rewrite that as 0.444 ... Now this first one does not have a bar over the 4, so that means the 4 is not repeating. So if I want to compare these two decimals, I can add some unnecessary zeros to the end of it, just to make that comparison a little bit easier. So here they have the same digit in the ones and in the tens place, but in the hundredths place, they now differ. This first decimal has a 0, while the second one has a 4. So that means the 4 bar, or the 4 repeating, is going to be a little bit larger than just 0.4. So since this one is larger, the mouth is going to be opening towards this one. So it's going to look like that because it wants to eat the larger amount. Remember, it's a hungry symbol. Nom, 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 nom. All right, so that's going to wrap it up for this video, using the less than, greater than, and equal sign to create some true statements. I think there are a few now you try problems at the end of this video, so you can work that out. And as always, the answers will be in the description box below. So I hope this video helped you with order relations, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Yeah, I'll see you next time, and bye for now.